from Efo, and we are the directorship and leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My name is Mazi Alozie. Chukwuemeka Alozie. I apologize. Yesterday I was unavoidably absent, and it was unscheduled. So I asked my buddy if he could give me a cover-up, and he did. And I thank him. Ike Peters, thank you very much, and I'm proud of you. Trending, before we trend, let me make it real quick. Most of these announcements, we're going to be shifting them. Most of the Biafra radio stations, 19% of them run on FM 102.1. Especially in Lagos area. We have them, you can access IPOB radio Biafra 103.1, 102.1, 100.7, generally 102.1. So take notice of that, and that's FM, and you get them in Skype, and you get them in app radio. So whichever, you can access it. You see what is happening. You see, we're going to be very fast today. You see what is happening in Enugu. I will give you point of reference, but before then I will get into our leaders' Sunday broadcast. I will, as usual, put them piece by piece, and you do the rest of the homework, and you see what we're talking about. Those from Umuahia province in diaspora, you call Elanyuche +1732 912 6087, and those in Europe you call Paulo Conco +4475 3641 5024. Call him. See what they have for you. Okay, we are mending fences. We are, when your fence is broken, you put it together. This is what you need to do. Now you see what is happening. They have come to cement their Islamization policy, which they have laid the foundation a long time ago. Now they are building up the walls. See the walls are beginning to come up. So that is the way it is. The walls are beginning to come up. So for younger people, we call lucky 4 +4 3 6 6072 99740, and for Brony you call make a 4369911 303 172, and for others Weri province you call okay, foreign +4 8 73 96 72 638. That's the announcement for the day. That's where I'm going to stop. There are more announcements, but I'm going to stop there so that we will get to the issue. Our leader was on the air on Sunday. He was on the air on Sunday. There was an incident in Emene on Sunday. Innocent Biafrans in their enclave, in their small space, in their own environment, we are hunted down and shot. Why the shooting? Why did you shoot them? they are Biafrans. They are Biafran youths taking care of themselves. We have learned to take care of our children, and in turn they follow our examples, and these children were attacked. Before we mince word, before we start going to the full core of the problem, how did these people know that the young boys are doing what young boys will do? Stay in your own environment, do the normal ritual of youths. When we were growing up, we had 8 groups. Regardless of what they're doing, they are doing it in their own environment, inside, not outside. By the way, is it an offense to do something outside that does not disturb the normal day operation of other people? No. You had the British envoy talking about the death sentence passed on a musician. The British envoy was able to comment on that, but that same British envoy has never opened her mouth to talk about continuous massacre of Biafrans. You be the judge. You be, if you cannot understand that the die has been cast on you, then something. So these people will never do anything to protect you. Everything that has been going on, they know. They know, and they are the ones orchestrating it. Our boys were shot and murdered. But before we get into it, listen to the broadcast of our leader. I selected part of it, and then I will cut out the other part and give you the interview by Abdul, whatever his name, in Enugu Commissioner of Police. Then you will see what I'm saying.
The killing of IPOB family members in Enugu by the Nigerian police today is an act of calculated provocation, and it is getting out of hand. They cannot continue to come to our land to spill blood. We are no longer going to tolerate it. Those of them who are funding the police in our land, giving them Hilux vans, those of them donating their land to the police in our land, in the blessed land of Biafra, must stop from this night. From today, anybody who gives any donation to the police will be seen as an enemy of the people. Anybody who gives money to the police will be seen as an enemy of the people, because the zoo police and their army only showcase their strength in our land. The videos are banned, and I want those videos to be posted on my wall on Facebook to alert the world to the barbarism and crude reality of existence of Biafran people in the British-created Zoological Republic. They cannot fight Boko Haram. They say they do not have men. A few days ago, Lai Mohammed said that they do not have weapons. They were begging the world to give them weapons. And all these years we've been doing our best to alert the world to the danger that portends by giving arms to the Nigerian army or their police means arming terrorists. There is no difference between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian army. There is no difference between these two arms of government and Boko Haram, ISIS, and SARU, and also Fulani bandits. There is no difference. They are the same people. For those of you who are hard at hearing, the job of the Nigerian army today, the Fulani Janjaweed army, is to intimidate, to frighten us, It is to make us turn to lily-livered cowards, to pave the way for the overrun of our land by terrorists from heaven knows where. I want people to document what I have to say, especially the British government who are listening via the embassy, or should I say the High Commission in Abuja. We also want to make the EU understand this, and also the government of the United States of America, that this very provocation today is part of a long-held plan by the Fulani Janjaweed to intimidate us into submission, so that the terrorists will come in to overrun our land. Today, for those who are very good at turning truth upside down, what obtained today in Enugu is as simple as this. People were gathered in an area where you have churches. They went there to pray and to worship on a Sunday, which they have been doing over the years. And without warning, the police came. It was a fenced compound. The police came with DSS and started knocking on the door, banging very furiously and loudly on the gate. The gate was padlocked. As they were knocking, somebody came out to open the gate to inquire what the problem was. And they grabbed hold of him. And when people left the prayer that they were conducting to come and inquire from the police what happened, as always and without provocation, they opened fire on unarmed civilians. The same thing they did to us in National High School in Aba. The same thing they did to us during Trump rally in Iguacha. The same thing they did to us at Mpo. The same thing they did when they came to my house. The same thing they have been doing all over the place in Owerri. The same thing they did in Onitsha. They've done it in Enugu before. And the question is, why is it that the Nigerian army and police find it so, should I say, normal to open fire on Biafran people anytime they see them? The question you need to ask yourself is this: where did police go to go and look for these people that they were killing today? Was there any provocation in Enugu? Was there any robbery anywhere? Was there any protest by anybody anywhere? The police consciously left their barracks or their station or wherever they were to go and kill innocent people on their own. People who are gathered on their own. They had no weapons, nothing on them. The police deliberately went to go and kill people. Nobody in their right mind will think that such a thing is normal. They are trying to provoke us. They want to provoke us. It seems to us that there is some sort of unfinished business from the end of the war in 1970 that the Fulani Janjaweed would like to complete as quickly as possible. They have been killing us. Akaloka was beheaded in the north. Since 1945, they have been killing us till this very day. We all know we are living under a climate of fear from Fulani terrorists, I must say. The same people who are responsible for arming terrorists are the same people who are today with uniform killing people. people that did nothing, people who were on their own. I challenge the police in Enugu, I challenge the army and the DSS, all run by Fulani people, to say exactly what led them to a peaceful gathering of people who were praying and to open fire on them. The question I have to ask is, will such a thing happen in Arewa or North? The answer is no. Will such a thing even happen in Yoruba land, in Oduduwa land? The answer is no. Will this indiscriminate slaughter of innocent people happen anywhere else? Of course the answer is no. And do you know why they keep doing it and getting away with it? Because when they killed us at Umpo, there was no reprisal, nothing happened. No inquiry. Amnesty spent time compiling their report and nothing came of it. They killed us during Trump rally, Soviet rally in Iguacha. Nothing happened. They came to my house and they slaughtered and nothing happened. Of course, with the active connivance of some politicians and those that call themselves elders. For the simple fact that those who claim to wield political power, as a result of years of compromise, as a result of years of serving the Janjaweed, that their people are being killed on a regular basis, but they would dare not rise up to say anything. They're all cowardly. You can see the result and the consequences of it. Because we do not control the mainstream media in Nigeria, because Britain would like to see us slaughtered and killed, nobody will talk about it. Have you noticed today that nobody wants to talk about this very heinous crime of man against man? People were praying exactly what happened at National High School in Aba. People gathered praying. They went to lie to BBC that the people praying that they were armed, that the police came and they opened fire. They don't know all these things, we have them on tape. They were videoed. The mayhem and the massacre is all over the place on social media. Because the Shia people are killed and nothing happens. Buratai was responsible for the slaughter of over 1,000 Shia civilians in Kaduna and nothing happened to him. The powers that be, those are called the forces of neo-colonialism, they protected him. Those that want the corrupt entity called SU Nigeria to continue, they protected him. Today again in the morning, they killed Shia again in Kaduna and nothing will come of it. But we have the American Embassy in Abuja, we have the British High Commission, the EU is there, the UN is there, they can see all these things. Nobody will ever ask those in Asorok, nobody will ask the Fulani Police Commissioner in Enugu State, what did these people do that you went to go and kill them today? Nobody will ask that question. Because some people somewhere want Biafrans to be wiped off the face of the earth. Them with their Ifulefu bloodline that they gave to us in our land. I want somebody to ask the police today, you left your barracks, you left your police station to go to a private compound to go and kill people. What did they do to you? Did anybody report any disturbance? Was there any robbery going on anywhere? Why would the police show this level of force in Biafra land when they cannot do the same in the north? Where we have no terrorist group in our land. Look at the way they are killing us. The same Fulani people with 6 terrorist groups, 6 they formed and they formed 6 groups. They are the ones with army and police uniform coming to our land that is peaceful to kill us. And Britain is quiet. The EU is quiet. The US ambassador is quiet. Everybody is quiet. They've all gone deaf and dumb. I challenge any Zoo journalist. I challenge anybody anywhere in the world with conscience to come out in the open and tell the world in what way, or should I say in which way, Ipob provoked the police in Enugu today. You will find there is none. The police left, and DSS, they left their offices and their barracks to go and look for people to kill. Do you know why they do that all the time? Because we are not armed. They do it all the time because there is no reprisal. They do it all the time because we are not terrorists. They do it all the time because they understand that we subscribe to the school of peaceful agitation. But from today onwards, I'm saying it loud and clear that the world may hear me very well. Because if we do nothing, believe you me, anytime they see a group of young Biafran men walking on the street, they open fire on them. They know that the Lagos about the expressway media will cover them because Tinubu wants to be the president. So they will do everything to cover up this very story. The relentless slaughter of the innocent going on. Terrorists are busy killing. The police and the army are also busy killing in Biafra land, killing innocent people. And what I want our people to understand today is this: if we fold our hands and keep quiet, they will kill all of us. It is something they've been planning to do for a very long time. And Britain will support them. I want you to understand this. Britain will always support them. That is why there will be no report going to London from Abuja regarding these senseless killings today. There will be none. There will be none. It is as if there is this grand global conspiracy to kill off the Biafran people, to exterminate the Igbo race. The same thing that the Jews went through in Europe. Where these things are coming from, I do not know. That people can no longer pray in peace. All of you saw it, how they were posing. These are the same police people that were redeployed, that were deployed to Borno, and they were crying. They cannot fight. But they specialize in the brutal murder and slaughter of unarmed, innocent civilians. You can now understand why Facebook is suppressing everything that we are doing. People do not understand the depth of this conspiracy against us. And until we recognize it and rise up to say enough is enough, these killings will continue. And bearing that in mind, I have a few announcements to make this very evening. From today onwards, today is the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, of August, Sunday the 23rd of August, 2020. From today onwards, I want people to listen to me very carefully. From today onwards, anywhere the Nigerian army, the police or the DSS, or any of the numerous Fulani-sponsored terrorists is involved in the killing of any unarmed civilian in Biafra land, we will kill them too. That thing they're looking for, they will get it. And let me remind the zoo of one thing. You have 6 terrorist groups in the north ravaging and killing at will. The worst mistake you can ever make is to try to come to Biafra land to fight a full-blown war. because your land will be taken over by terrorists. When you go back, you will have nothing. For those of you from the Middle Belt, that your children are serving in the zoo police, in the Nigerian police or the army, involved in the killing of Ipob family members, I want to assure you that you will bury your own very, very soon. That is an assurance. I'm saying it so that the world can hear me. And I'm saying all these things because I wish they can be so foolish enough, or that any fool anywhere, any idiot anywhere will be so foolish enough to pick me up on this, to say this was what you said. That day I will tell you how upset I am. So all of you want us to keep quiet until they finish killing all of our young men and women. Then you'll be very happy. People talk about peaceful agitation, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi and all the rest of them. Martin Luther King was dealing with white people who are reasonable, people who have conscience. Same as Gandhi. Mandela was fighting against, more or less, apartheid was very awful, but against white people who can sit back and take stock of their actions. They have conscience. In the zoo, as in most other black African countries, we are dealing with demons, people without a soul, people without conscience. You don't do peaceful agitation where there are people without a soul. They don't have any soul, they have no being in them. They are killers and murderers. The only language to understand is force. This evening I am signifying my intention to raise the banner. I'm letting them know. Now, if the killings were to continue in Enugu tonight, we are going to kill police and army people in Enugu. They are going to go into a war they can never win. If illiterate, poorly educated Boko Haram can give them problems, imagine what we can do to them. An army of volunteers. I am saying it so that the world can hear it loud and clear. That if we allow what obtained today to continue, there will come a time when there will be no Biafran under the age of 30 in our land. They will kill everybody as they wanted to do after the war, and grow the flavors instead. Any day you kill our people, if you like, try us, you will see. If you kill us in Enugu tonight, for each person you kill, 100 of you will die.
That's the instruction, and you had it. Now, why the instruction? Why the instruction? These people have made it a point of duty that you must be killed. There is more to this broadcast with regard to the religious organizations, the Anglicans, the Roman Catholics, the evangelical, whatever you call yourself, the Redeems, Cherubim and Seraphim, Saturday Night Club, whatever your religion is, they have put things in place to reel you in. And when our leader was cautioning you, you were saying pray. They lured you to Abuja and you keep saying pray. And the abuse is saturating your land with soldiers, terrorists. Now this is where there was something I was saying when I started the broadcast and I cut it out to put it here. How did these people come to MNA's location? How did they get there? I know what I'm saying by saying, how did they get there? Were they conducting house to house search? Were they somebody from that locality from Emene, who is an agent of the zoo, Nigerians, who is an enemy of his own children, who is an enemy of his own very children. Somebody from Emene, that locality, who is a bona fide, I believe, full-blooded Emene, betrayed his own people by choosing the Fulanis over his own people. They say, come, here are our children. They are conducting exercise. Come and kill them. And they came and killed them. Are they happy now? Are they happy now? Let's remove what's in our eye before we start removing what's on other people. We Biafrans, we blooded Igbos, we are very treacherous for our own survival. It is happening as we speak. Some people are opening their stupid mouth, telling you nonsense. When you cannot assemble in your own community, how are you living? When you cannot answer a call from the community, how are you living? When the community you live in is not safe, how are you living? When your own children cannot settle in their own community, how are you living? When you cannot congregate with your fellow age-mate and brothers for your own safety, how are you living? And if that is the case, what gives you the power to come and start justifying the murder of our children, telling them that, oh, you've been watching, since that you gave where they've been killing our children, were our children attacking them? No. Were our children raping anybody? No. Were our children commandeering lands? No. Did our children carry arms and ammunition and say we are going to kill Fulanis? No. It is the other way around. And you, who claim to be a full-blooded Biafran, is justifying what the invaders are doing. Your actions describes who you are. You are an enemy of your race. You are an enemy of the Igbos which you belong. When you engage in any activity that counters your survival, shame on you. Shame on you to the last core. You are shameless human being. That's not what's being in Biafra land. What's your gain? To watch your brother being killed. And that makes you a one Nigerianist. You are free to leave Biafra land. Go to Kano and settle. Go to Zamfara and settle. Go to Daura and settle. If the land is not good for you, if the surroundings is not good for you, if you being around your brothers is not comfortable for you, vacate the land and leave it for those that love to see their brothers. You cannot detest your brother and you're still living there. You cannot hate your tribe and you're still in their midst. You are a danger to their survival. The DSS, whatever if they can pay you to betray your own fully blooded relatives, you are worse than the culprits. You did not ask yourself, why am I betraying my own people? What's in there for you? What are you looking for? If I come and knock on your door, you ask me, yes, come, who are you looking for? I don't know you. Tell me who you are. I can't knock on your door, just come in. It doesn't happen. If it's a stranger, you say, yes, may I help you? Can I help you? But you see that these people have been in the midst and confluence with the Fulanis, and they will wipe all of you out. The very youth that understand their fate are fighting for their survival. They are not armed. They are practicing self-defense, which is not a crime. Is that more disastrous? Is that more evil than you that is actually carrying the weapons and killing? You come in an environment where people are not armed and you open fire indiscriminately. They have no good intention for you. They have no good intention for you. I don't know what it will take you to absorb this. And this is the second aspect of my analysis. As we are struggling to get ourselves together, as we are fighting to retrieve whatever is left of our environment, you see people that are selling you. Let's get to the dastardly, wicked act committed by the police, army, navy. They are usually telling the world a joint task force. They commit crime and they tell you it's joint task force. Conspired task force. That is well, here, listen to this liar. Listen very well.
Express Road by many peoples of Biafra were on rampage along Ebonyi Enugu Express Road by many precisely, firing sporadically on the air and at the same time burning fire on the road. And quickly I mobilized my men.
Standard lie number one. They are used to lying. They are very good at lying. You see, when people are daft, when people have no reason to do what they do, they lie and they expose themselves there. Listen to this man. Listen to what this man said, the commissioner of police in Enugu. For all those people that are embracing them, listen to what this man said.
That I received a distress call that members of the indigenous peoples of Biafra were on rampage along Ebonyi Enugu Express Road by MNA precisely, firing sporadically on the air and at the same time burning fire on the road. And quickly I mobilized my men from 3 police mobile force squadron, anti-kidnapping units, SAS, anti-cultism, and all of them under the leadership of my area commander Metro, Assistant Commissioner of Police, GCE. They all went there. Immediately they arrived at the scene, they came under heavy fire of the Ipob hoodlums. They had to take cover and reply proportionately. And as that was going on, I got the information that the genesis of the problem was that members of the secret police, DSS, were there on their own operation. That was early in the morning. So they came under attack, and the Ipob took away two of their officers. So having got this more.
Even it can a 10-year-old can fish out the lies right there. You received a distress call from who? Instead of telling you that your agents told you that there are some Biafrans in a building, and you outwardly lied to the world that they were firing indiscriminately in the air, which is the activities of your terrorists. This is what you do. And this is exactly what you did when you got to the scene. You fired indiscriminately at innocent people doing nothing. You see how this man lied. Unjustified attack. Where is the BBC Igbo service? And our people must learn to drive these people away. Yeah, they got with their channel news that was covering it to expose their lies. You were there, you had it. You will drown yourself with that. You are so possessed with IPOB that you justify that they are proscribed. Who prescribed them? The terrorist. The actual terrorist actually proscribed the peaceful people, and there he goes opening his mouth, telling you that the IPOB are unruly. People in their environment would get locked. How can they have their gate locked and they are shooting sporadically and burning tire? Standard lie number 2. Let's continue.
Information, I quickly mobilized men to go for the rescue. We were lucky, we rescued one alive, and I had to seek for reinforcement from other sister security agencies, because here in Enugu State,
you mobilized. I mean, you mobilized all these terrorists against unarmed people. What if they are armed? What do you think would have happened? And how can you quickly mobilize and you still have the Fulanis roaming around, raping women, destroying farms, killing people you've not been able to mobilize? This your expert military people. You are so proficient, you've not been able to mobilize them, but you are too quick to mobilize against unarmed people peacefully congregating. You see what they plan for you. You see when we are telling you that IPOB is their nightmare. But not for IPOB, you will not be in that your village. You will not be in that your village. They will expel you, put you in refugee camp, and then you will die one by one out of hunger. I will expose this liar today. Just let's continue.
The security agencies, we operate in unison with very good understanding and cooperation and collaboration. So the men from Garrison Command Executive were at hand. Men from Air Force Base under the leadership of the Air Force Base Commander, Air Commodore Ebere, were all there. So that was how we cordoned the area. The general area was very vast.
My brother, are you listening to what I'm listening? For people that are not more than 30 in number, you amassed all these arsenals, they don't think good for you. They're not thinking good for you. But they have these arsenals. And today, as we speak, they are deploying these terrorists all over Biafra land. As we speak, they are deploying them all over to intimidate you. And he gave himself away.
We were able to go into one house where they went and, took the people hostage. And as you could see, these are the people, the three of them, that took the people hostage, and precisely this one was telling his members that gun will not touch them, let them continue to fire at the police and the soldiers. So we got them arrested and freed the inmates. While these two, they were those that went into hiding after the first encounter. We traced the blood, and then we got this one inside. These ones inside. We freed the people, but these ones, they went to another house where policemen were, and they held them hostage. We got them through. One of them, who is it you that we got in the ceiling? You. This one we got him in the ceiling. He hit himself. While this one we got him in one of the rooms at the staircase, from behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have done our best, and right now as I'm talking to you, we have some casualties. There are two people that have been killed by these hoodlums, and they also set ablaze an innocent passersby who we could not identify who yet, and they also hacked another person to death by machete cords. From his identity, he looked like a Fulani man. We are still waiting for his people to come and identify. These ones, they were deposited in custody. Let me seize this opportunity to say that we have arrested these 5, while many have gone with, have escaped with gun injuries, and we are going to trace them because they have to go to some hospital and seek for treatment. So I'm using this medium to advise the operators of private hospitals that anybody that comes with gun wound, they should treat them. They should not refuse treating them. It's their right to be treated.
Oh, what a nice guy. Oh, what a nice guy, Abdul. What a nice guy. And then what follows after that? Bring them out and let's kill them. You see, the evil people do lives after them. With all the introductory beginnings, you saw how it turned out to be monstrous. How these few guys became kidnappers. How not only did they become kidnappers, they became monsters. They become hoodlums in their own house, in their own building. And all of a sudden they are burning tires. Standard lie number 4.
Given adequate treatment, but they should quickly inform the police that we have such suspects. Failure to do so, we are going to use them as people that have aided and abetted criminals. Apart from that, I'm also using this opportunity to warn these miscreants, because Ipob is a proscribed organization.
Now listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. They are drunk with that Ipob proscription. They are drunk with it. We are not proscribed. That is our land. We are indigens and indigenous people of Biafra. You are claiming Southern Kaduna as indigens, and you are standing in the land of the indigenous people of Biafra, proscribing them. That is the worst sin somebody can commit in Biafra land. And speaking with authority. Now, let me tell you what he is telling you. You don't know what he is telling you. By prescription, I will tell you what he is telling you, and it will come from his mouth. Now listen. Since most of you are deaf and daft, listen to what this man is saying. You say Enugu is yours. He is telling you Enugu is not yours, it belongs to them. They have laid claim on it.
In this our country. So therefore they should desist from this their militancy and become good and lawful citizens of our country, or we will go after them and get them arrested and take them before the courts of law. So they have two options. It's either to resign their militancy and live peacefully among other good citizens of Enugu State, or leave Enugu State for us. They will not have peace insofar as they remain as militants in Enugu.
Leave Enugu for us. Now you got it. They want you, IPOB is their problem, and they want you as an indigene of Enugu to leave Enugu for them. And this is the way they are going to do it. Arresting, attacking all the youths. And to see how monstrous this guy is, he exposed himself and cannot be retrieved. There are some lies you tell, at least you can try to patch it up, but in this case, no way. Listen to him.
This is my warning and advice to them. And to the good citizens of the state, I want to tell them that the police, in collaboration with our friends from the sister services, we will not.
Your friends, the saboteurs, that's what he is saying. And then listen to the interview he was conducting. He is the brain behind the whole thing. Listen.
Not allow any one of them to be molested. We will always be on our toes until every militancy is obliterated from Enugu ground. Thank you and God bless.
Let them ask the question. Give him the mic.
Your last question, if it is
I just want to confirm if by what you said is CIG.
City, sir, rescued. What about the order?
I think I've given the answer. And for information, they have taken even their service guns, their several weapons. So we are confirming to you that 4 people have been fair killed by the, Ipob miscreants. Thank you.
Interview them? Yeah. Come and put the mic to them.
Peninsula. So, training. Okay. So we are exercising ourselves every morning for when we get.
Like you, who? When you say we, members of what?
Indigenous people of Biafra. So.
Thank you, my brother. Tell him you are an indigenous person of Biafra. See, they go to this thing and telling you anything IPOB causes them sleeplessness. They can't sleep. And see how this man is putting words into his mouth to justify their dastardly act. Listen to it. You want to live in peace and you are attacking the indigenes. And the boy is telling you, I am a Biafran. And you tell them you're a Biafran. You cannot run away from your land. You cannot deny your identity. This man has gotten it over his neck. Listen to him.
We are juggling. After small time, see policemen, they begin to harass gun, shoot gun. I also run. I run and enter some one building, had myself into step. I don't know if that is a police house.
What kind of training were you doing?
I started myself.
No,
because
the training were you doing in the school? What are they teaching?
We are running. After running.
Did you hear him? Did you hear what he asked him? In the school, not running. Before he told you they were rampaging everywhere, shooting sporadically, and now you hear him asking him, what were you doing in the school? These people were in a confined area, exercising, training themselves for self-defense. Is that a crime? Did you find weapons with them? No. Let's continue with this guy. You will see what we are telling you.
We did run field maybe 20 times. After you run finish, you jump maybe more than 10. You do some other side. After we did do the exercise, see policemen, they need to shoot.
No, were you not doing weapon training?
No.
And kung fu? You said you were doing kung fu.
Yeah? No, it's harmful. It's harmful.
What's wrong with doing kung fu?
It's like, tell them.
Kung fu.
Tell them you are doing kung fu. What is kung fu? Martial arts.
Yes, no.
You say no? Give him the mic. What is kung fu?
You see the type of training we are doing that. We are running the field.
You are doing it to become strong and how to defend yourself.
Yes.
Is this a crime for you to run, be strong to defend yourself? Is that a crime? These people don't think good for you. They just want you to be a garbage, a vegetable. When they come, they will just run you over, just like that. They are doing so that you cannot be able to defend yourself in any shape or form. And you are not even armed. For the fact that you are exercising for physical strength is a threat to them. And this is where they want you to live any good for them. You heard him say it. He said it. It came from his mouth. And the Biafran boys and Biafran men, hold tight. Believe in who you are. And once you learn to believe in who you are, you will prevail. You see how he's putting words into their mouth to justify their actions. But no Nigerian news has ever asked them why it is a crime for them to involve themselves in self-defense. Did they find God? No. He told you the same Muhammad was telling you they were running around burning tire, and then he turns around and asks him, what were you doing in the school? Who is lying to who? Who is lying to who?
Against the government?
No.
Of Nigeria?
No, sir.
Yes.
So we just run the patrol. After that we go up to 3 months now. And I don't know that the government of Nigeria is against it.
You have been doing it for 3 months, right?
Yes.
How many are you? Like, what's your number then?
We are many.
Like how many?
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000.
Yeah.
Yes. They all came out. And some of them with serious weapons. Where are you people coming? Maybe angling anyway.
Yes.
Sorry, were you carrying any weapon?
No weapon. As you see me so. That's what I did.
Where did you take others? We are others carrying weapon.
I don't see weapon for the hand of others.
During your training, do you carry weapon?
No, sir.
Which part of us you fly from?
Rodi.
Okay. So why did you people set fire on them?
Immediately the policemen begin to shoot gun. I run, go hide.
Why did you set fire on them?
I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Immediately these people go me. That is why I.
But your men set fire and they took away service weapons of the government agencies. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know that one. Immediately I hear back. Because I run, because I'm.
You see how they are framing people. You see how these devils are framing people. And this is why you must become stronger. This is why you must see what we are saying. It has become an offense for you to be strong, to train to be a strong Biafran. So if you are strong to be a Biafran, you are against the government of Nigeria. The same people that are carrying arms and ammunition today, they are carrying armored vehicles on your street. They are all over your streets, and then you are attacking individuals. You are criminalizing them. A shame on all the saboteurs. Shame. This is what they want you to be. Vegetable. Impotent, inability to act, defend yourself. They are rendering you defenseless. And it's uncalled for.
I'm not a man. That's why I run.
Give the other person to speak. Let's get
What's your name?
What's your name? Omago. From where? Ogu.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing today?
Okay. Today, this morning, we came out for training.
What kind of training?
Martial arts.
Okay. What do you do in martial arts?
We do self-defense.
Okay. Do you carry any weapon? Do you train with weapon like machete or any other?
No, we don't.
Who is training you?
We have been trained by the CS of the state. I know him as
How long have you been doing this training?
It's more than 1 month.
Okay. 1 month.
Yes, sir.
Who is sponsoring you?
I don't have any sponsor. We don't pay money for it.
So how come you people arrested DSS officials?
No, I did not arrest DSS officers. I was not sure about the arrest because I was at the back before we started to hire the gunshots. We have been doing it. The security have attacked us since. So today I was surprised. Yeah, we started to hear gunshots. When we heard the gunshots.
Did you hear the media question? Don't you have martial art studios all around the zoo? You might as well ban all of them. Self-defense training, is that a crime? Are these questions supposed to be directed to these people or to the hoodlums that arrested them? This is the kind of media you have in the zoo. They have exposed themselves. They have exposed themselves to the highest order. And this is why you must join IPOB. Now you see how they tried to put words into their mouth. And even the newsmen don't even know what to ask. You are parading people. You are making them criminals. Instead of attacking or questioning the military, the joint task force, you are questioning the victims. What a country. What a country. That is why everywhere is military. They have converged. When they cannot tell you the truth, then you and only you will determine what's going to happen to you. Ipob, one family. Ipob is your nightmare. And that's what you bargain for. The call number is +1 484 0848. Believe in who you are. You are a Biafran. And they are beginning to understand that we are Biafrans. They want you to leave your land for them. They have come to conquer. Ask yourself, if you are confronted by somebody with AK-47, you cannot physically defend yourself. It has become a crime. The law of the jungle, the law of the zoo. Wonders will never end. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi Alozie, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Mazi Alozie, you see, no matter whatever anybody said anywhere, my own personal blame, and I believe millions will go with me, is the leader of Igbo land, the leaders of Biafra in general. We have to be honest ourselves. If you come across anywhere social media, especially those who hate us with passion, all they are saying and doing is because prescribe. Now, whether this boy the interview now, you can see the language is a Fulani man interview him. Fulani did not go to school, but he's a journalist because he's in a Biafra. Why would a Fulani man be interviewing and be putting word into somebody's a victim? He knew what this guy is already distressed. Now let me point out one thing. He now asking, according to the useless idiot called himself a police commissioner CP. He made a statement, and even is on his official statement. He said all the hospital in Enugu, they are free to treat them. They got the right to treat them. They must do that, they must do that. But now you have somebody in front of you bleeding, and is it in a hospital? At the back of a party, is it a hospital? You buffoon that is calling yourself a police. Enugu state government that is sworn an oath to protect human rights, life and property. Let me put it that way. Life and property, which is your primary right. That is what the first thing is sworn an oath to do. Look at the Fulani man, came all the way from wherever he came from, the name of Nigeria police, insulted the entire Igbo. Sitting in Enugu state, the land of peace, Coal City, as we call it, telling you that your children is a hoodlum. They are proud, they are this, you look at it, he's automatically insulting the entire Igbo race. And the Igbos are sitting quiet, commenting, sitting even supporting and blaming Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu are risking the life of the youth. How risky is it? Since the 1950s, before even your father, those some idiot are born. When Ojukwu was saying enough is enough, didn't you hear there's a number of Igbo? I have heard FFKs about 3,000 Igbo were massacred, I think, in one day. The same Igbo, massacred by who? The same North, Funanis. Now he came down to Igbo land and threatening the Igbos. What are the Igbos leader doing? Forget the unity, the group. You can say Hanesi, you can say chief, you can say the leader, starting from the first governor and the last senator, whoever you are. Did you listen to a Fulani man telling you your children is a hoodlum? What did they do? They train him. When this country will go to gym, even on the lockdown, nation preach that the youth must exercise, old must exercise. It doesn't matter how you are. In where I go to gym, 70-year-old man, 80 they got their way of gymming. When did this exercising becoming a crime now? They are there gymming. Now we are claiming that the one they are pointing, asking people keep on shooting, and when they are shooting, the gun will not enter them. That is the claim he's making. We have arrested the shooter. Where is the gun? Next to the guy. You arrested the guy shooting. How can he be shooting and you arrested him and they left the gun behind? The other statement said that the police came and even including their journalists reporting live, saying that when they are there, they saw IPOB people arresting 2 police officers and they collected the gun for police officer. Not that the IPOB have a gun, no, remember what they say, including the media, including the former statement from the police. Not that the IPOB have a gun. It's when the police came. What was the aim of the police coming there? But all these things are lies because they're not steady. They're not consistent in what they're saying. Now, you're not forcing them to admit that they have a gun. When you say they arrested them with when they came there, they kidnapped police, they hold. Now we are preaching that these people have a right for treatment. But the one you are holding on the back of your back is bleeding. Did you take him to hospital? Are you interviewing him in a bed where he have a drip, where the doctors and nurses are treating them? As you claim they are citizens, they have a right. Are you listening to the Fulani you brought to our land? When you say this man, when this man are telling the whole world in interview that this person come, that one do, you say, okay, all the hospital must treat whoever come there, give them a better treatment, make sure they are fine. But the one is holding hostage is with bleeding. And the one he brought down from the roof, only God knows because the camera did not pan them proper. How do only God know what they do to them? Are they in a hospital bed? Are they treated for trauma? What kind of nonsense is this? Now our leaders have called them the Ipob. If you anywhere you are, you know you brought this shame upon ourselves. The python was feeding very slowly. Now it's becoming too fat. They did it in Ipob. They did it when it's accountable that this attack did control. It's like when they waited, when they don't see blood to soak, they just come after. IPOB training and whatever the guy was saying they're training, did you see them? People, what of karate? We do karate when we are small. It's normal in the school, normal in anywhere. Even during the school, they can say where you can train martial, this, that. It's not a crime. When a group come out to do, how do you know this IPOB? If somebody pointed out to you, why don't you do a hostage rescue? Where you have ammunition, you have everything available to a helicopter can be on air, whatever it is. Rescue the people before you start this your useless shooting. Now we have arrested out of 1,000 as you claim. They say they have got notice of 500. Now the 500 out of 500, the entire 500, you only arrested the 5. Now after the 5 you arrested, they are injured, bleeding up at the back of Baki. Did you take them to the hospital? And I need to talk to our brothers, those who calling with the nonsense we are hearing now. How do you go to trust you? We need to tell ourselves the truth. The police made it clear to say that they get reliable source. They get somebody to tell them that somebody informed them. Now, if you calling those in diaspora, how do we know these judges calling us now? If the police can testify that somebody tell them, how do we know another idiot calling us now and say, because or any state person, police officer may bandit arrest, may statement anywhere. Why is it always time on you? A Fulani interview, a Fulani journalist, a Fulani police commissioner, everything Fulani, they're telling Ipob, those the leader. Now Fulani man, now who mark and waff, you want to but don't ask it to every leader. Some of whom are not Libya, some of whom are not, or to put out a town that is, you all live abroad and came back. All of you are the you are first of all, you did not born the governor of Enugu State. Police on anything is on the brought those useless animals to behave now. Before. But now you are telling us that the leaders of tomorrow If you are not going to be peaceful, stop this because they leave a look for us. You know, so the indigenous are now going to leave their own town because of a Fulani man that came to be a police commissioner. And the rest of the leaders and the elders came only make a statement to warn all this man because of his utterances. He's a foreigner in that matter. The Biafras want to go, and that is the simple. Anybody for anyone make a mad. That is net disgrace every blessed day in the name of no police Nigeria. I was going police Nigeria were on over here. Was the came to the meetings now peace, and even anybody can make out the final. No, did you see how the great problem? He's already telling you that somebody they born. How? Where is the thing of the funny? Now we are making interview people to zoom in the album before now we are great one. Where is the funny this thing? Go to the area of Fulani, the great conflict. But no matter what you say now, we are not surprised because we have been doing it. We have seen our women kill in the bush. We have seen our elderly man kill in the road. We have seen crop damage. So what else are you going to say that the Fulani will not? We are waiting for their people. Who is their people? Are you not the police? Are you not the detective? Are you not to have a system where you can, if there is a citizen injured or dead, you can say, okay, this is where it is. Which people are you waiting for? Look at the animals who call themselves police. A whole police tribune, you're now telling you are waiting for the people. Why don't you have a system can dictate who this person is? So you don't know what to call the fingerprint anymore. You don't want the other language they use. Where you can able to say, okay, this person who this person is. You arrested a citizen of a country. You are not telling him to live in alone. Or you want to make it look as if you are a kind person. No, let them arrest them, let them come to treatment and do this and do that. Do you know that a journalist is reporting online saying that they are about 40 and many will die, they go to wood, they got that, they got that. Police just confirm it now. That they shoot anyhow there, meaning this, they just want them for out war. And do you see anybody that calling of a very distressful meeting now? Did you see them calling, descending in Enugu and saying this should be enough, should be enough? Who are the person who authorized the shooting? Who are the person? What was the provocation? What extent can you provoke a police before they shoot? But the reason why they're shooting because they say federal government prescribe them. And the Igbo leaders are not doing anything about this prescribe. We're not begging you, but because nobody will forgive you. I will not forgive you. My person cannot forgive any idiot from any Igbo land. Because if we remove this prescribe, another reason that the youth they just gathered without nothing. They went there with whatever reason they have. Then whenever they come, they did not say this, they did not say that. No, okay, where is the gun? Where are the machete? What all those things you are accusing them? Where are them? All you do now is say they do this, they do that. You start shooting. After shooting, they come out to force them to say what they are not happening inside there. Ndibo, you should do something, no? Do something because a Fulani man. The Mazi, did you know that army kill a police officer recently? I think a day before yesterday. When did the helicopter, Air Force, and the rest of them go and arrest that person? The bandits and the rest of them doing meeting with the governor in the north. Where would the police arrest this person doing meeting with this particular person? What is actually why Indians are so wicked to their people like this? Why did the senator of the north, the east, to start pulling out from north, say no, enough is enough? Or is it when you to finish now? When we visit all see me no suganya, or matter of Oyebu, no matter of Undebu. Because this is an Igbo. Forget IPOB now. This is an Igbo nation. How can a Fulani just give order just like that and do not market it? Just name Moto Basarunu. If not because of this prescribed, how would the justification are they going to come out in anywhere, start shooting? If Fulani want to declare one, I can even come a senator can Abuja. Come a governor can at the governor's house. What exactly is going on? Why are you so wicked, Igbo leaders? Why are you not saying anything?
The Fulanis have declared the war, but our people are not understanding it. They have already declared the war since 2017, August the 6th. They've already declared the war. They told you they cataloged everything, and they're bringing the war to us. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you. Did you know that? Is it a day before yesterday? Governor Ugwanyi goes somewhere in Enugu where there is a host, there is a Fulani cell arresting people. The picture I can shot, screen it and send it to you. Did you know Ugwanyi governor visited that particular place where Fulani have a cell hosted keeping Biafrans? The channel TV, NTA, Igbo News and the rest of those idiots yapping up and down in social media, did they report that one? Are they IPOB? These are Igbos. The governor visited that particular sea and it was confirmed as a Fulanis. Then how long? They said it is like a tunnel. They have built it a long time ago. Kidnapping people, many of them. Why are they not reporting? If only when one person just link it and send it, we can able to know what is going on. Why are they not reporting those kind of a thing? Then they still justify this thing. But the Fulani have been doing all kinds of manners of atrocities every time. The one that he did in, I think in Imo, the elderly man they shoot, which is the local government chairman or whoever came and told us, no, the particular, the whole area, don't do anything. You remember, just have surrendered everywhere. Just keep calm, don't retaliate. We're on top of the matter. On top of the matter, 1 month or more have gone now. Where is the people that killed that guy? And now, the threat that is in ground now, that is very obvious. The youth now are training so that they cannot be too fat, they cannot be too lazy. In case if not also power also, if it has to run, they can be fit to run. If you have an 80-year-old mother and a young man, you can back him. That is a way you can just to keep yourself fit. Now, government of the zoo are telling you to not exercise, and our people are justified. This guy that you say that thing that you raise at the figure to say we're on top of the matter. But when it's IPOB, everybody job, Air Force, DXS, SSS, police, army, we just go there in a private house. No, honestly, I'm not with this statement. On the inbound leaders, none of them cannot come together and say enough is enough. When they do that in Uber, for Ojubu, the war. How many was the kid there? Since the day, give me a record of an Igbo man, give them to shoot any house or Fulani man. Give me the record. Say it. Everything is happening. We are to kill everything. But the people that are to protect you, look at what they did to them. Shame on Igbo nation. Shame.
Thank you, Chidera. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Caller, your name and where you calling from? Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Pastor Jack and I'm calling from Lagos. All protocols duly observed this afternoon. Without wasting time, I just want to put my voice to the discourse this afternoon. Mazi Chidera, my brother, I understand your feelings, but at the same time, you should not be talking about these so-called Igbo leaders as if, because they will be feeling where they are that without them we are not going to do anything. So you shifting everything on them, to me, is not palatable to me, to be honest with you. First of all, Inter-Ego Court has said IPOB is not a terrorist organization. It's IPOB is a lawful organization. And our leader was also released on that ground that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. All our people granted bail till tomorrow, who are still being granted bail, are on the basis that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. We are lawful organization. EU, US, and international community rejected the kangaroo outlawing of IPOB as a terrorist organization. So only to Nigeria. I don't know if you are following. If you are following, we have the right for self-defense. We have the right. Anything you are training for, even though you are having a military training on your own, you have that right. But I think that we have come to that point where we no longer need explanation. Neither do you. What evil stupid leader are you talking about to come and say what? What statement are you talking about? I don't need any statement from any idiot. What are you talking about? Emphasis on which Igbo leader? You are talking as if you don't know what they stand for. So stop coming to give them credit wherever they are, so that they will not be thinking they are the things we need to head to where we are heading. Please stop giving them that credit. It's not me. To me, it's not palatable. It's not palatable to me. But in some way, these Fulani people have come to our land because these so-called leaders, you all understand that they are stooges to these people. And they have entered into this alliance in order to bring our people down, and they have killed us enough. IPOB as a movement have been able to demonstrate to both the international community and the world at large that we are civilized and peaceful and lawful people in this part of the construction. We have been able to take our media and this campaign to the point where we wanted it to, where we wanted to take it to, and the world has understood what we stood for. And that thing we have been calling for a very long time has come to bear now. It has come to bear. Every activity, what we're saying now, every activity in Enugu is suspended, and we are going fully after these people. The same thing goes to every part of Biafra land because we know their tactics. So we're no longer shifting blame of what stupid governor or what stupid that is not what we're talking here. But go beyond that level. Because everybody knows what these people are doing. You went to the field, you ran people up, you shoot them, you said they are with weapons and they arrested people. Now there's no weapons. You said they are protecting your people. Now there's no evidence. That is no longer what we are saying because we know what is obtainable and the world know what is happening. And we are going to pay back and they will see it in their eyes because certain people understand one language. Resistance is the language you understand. So on this, whatsoever to please anybody, we have gone beyond that level. Full-time confrontation, and we promise them that we will go fully. The numbers of the people that went down, we will double it, multiply by 100, and the world is hearing us, and that's what we are exactly going to do. And we no longer want to know what anybody feels about that. That is a standing order from our leader, and we have been following this for a very long time. And we are going to execute this. They will see. Even those people you are calling leader that have layers of partners to make sure that our people are more than they are part of the company. And the same measure we are giving to this tender week is the same measure we are going to give to them. I don't care who they are, whether they are governor or what, whosoever they are governor. It's no longer our business. This measure that is going to the enemy is going to them. They no longer you just anybody. No longer pampering anybody. They no longer want to explain to anybody the reason, the rationale behind what he's doing and what he's not doing, because they know the right thing and they know the wrong one. Because he that knoweth to do good and do it wrong, Bible says to him it is sin. So we have gone beyond that. The level we are to demonstrate to people that we are peaceful people and we have the right to defend ourselves. And that is what we do because the world knows what we stood for. And we have been here over years. And everybody has come to testify that we are not violent. But the people have taken us for granted. They have killed a lot of our people. We want to show them what it means, what it takes, or what it looks like to shed innocent blood. They will see the pain. They will see the pain. Let that commissioner be in that place he is. Let him be happy. Let him remain there. Let him not leave anything. They will see the pain. It's not a joke. We are making money. They will see the pain and they will knife with their teeth and they will know that we are not happy. We are big time, but we just obey our leader because God called him to lead us. Do you think it can shoot more than anything? You see, because they are carrying naked for seven. Do you think some have not seen it? Do you think that some have not seen what is worse than what you think you are carrying? Or do you think only you have what it takes to take life? Your own life will also be snatched out of you, so that other people will understand what it takes. So at this juncture, I want to raise my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The context of the leaders is those people that are aware, those people that are supposed to talk, those people that are supposed to come out and condemn the activities, the atrocious activities of the Fulanis, are not saying anything. That is what Chidori is saying. If those people can come together and say they have the Fulanis in their government, and is very, very important for us to know what to do. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Mazi. I love you.
Good morning from here.
Yes. Am I coming out very well?
We're hearing you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is Mazi the Belfast. Mazi, I love your program this morning. Really gave good analysis. Our brother was arrested in his own town, in his own place where he came from. He didn't go to the north. He didn't go to the west. He didn't go to Fulani bands or whatever to back this them. But the young man was exercising on Sunday morning, and they went there and shot him and arrested him. And now they are interviewing him, trying to put words in his mouth. Now the reason why I called this morning, I heard when the young man was trying to explain what happened. Now let me advise our people. We are Igbo people, on the Igbo Kaibo. If they arrest you for any reason, you are not, I'm saying it again. It's not a must that